Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Pepper the Pointer. I'm Larry, with me as always is Pep here, and a very exciting day here today in Southern Illinois, guys. It's opening day for us. So for those of you who followed our channel last year, you'll remember that Pepper was a young pup. We got her out on birds when she was about 6 months old. We hunted her till she was about 10 months old, and I think we could see sort of the natural progression as we went over time, as she learned more. We got more birds under her. She had a great season for a young pup. I think we ended up hunting her till she was about 10 months old. By the end of that 10 months, she was just doing really remarkable for a young dog, and for a trainer such as myself, who's an amateur at best. Now, we ended up having to cut the season a little bit short in February because we got here in Southern Illinois really nailed with about a 15-inch snowstorm and blizzard one day, and it just made trying to get out to the fields darn near impossible. So we trained all summer long. What we did in the summertime was we did a lot of water training, just really, focusing on obedience, understanding the tone of the collar, the vibration of the collar, the hand and arm signals, making sure she just, knew what to do. And we just about every single day of the week, unless it was really hot, we got out and got her, just working, even if it was only for 30 minutes a day, things like that. So where we're at today, we're here at a farm that we had really good success at last year. There was a couple different areas we hunted. Talked to the farmer in this location. They saw a lot of chicks hatched when they were out in the fields. A lot of birds they've seen out there. We wanted to hunt last weekend. It was just a little bit too warm. It was still about 70 degrees, but today we're in the low to mid 40s. So we're going to get out there and we're going to see what happens. So and we're going to do things a little bit differently this year. We're going to start out as if you found this video, you'll see that we've got our own a new channel that we set up just for Pepper. It's called Pepper the Pointer. So what we're going to do is we're going to get out, try and get on some birds, and then at the end of the hunt, I'm going to give you some of the tips and tricks that I've used as just a regular working guy on some of the training techniques that I've used. And things like that. I've read a lot of books and DVDs, as I'm sure a lot of folks have, but I just don't have time to do full-on training. Here comes some of the other guys out there waving us on. So that's a good thing about hunters never give a guy a break. They see guys trying to do something serious and they yell at you. So but what we're going to do today is I'm going to give you some of my tricks as what you can do as a guy who works 60-70 hours a week. And we'll once we're done, we'll go through that. But hopefully you enjoy the video. I'm glad you found us on the channel here, and look forward to getting on some birds today. So with that said, let's roll the intro. All right, we got Pep out. She's running around. We got a lot of standing corn and stuff still out here. What we're going to do, I just hit the tone to get Pep come back here. She's doing good. We're going to try and get into these grass strips up here. We had pretty good luck last year. So last year on the pheasants, we got probably most of our birds in these grass strips up here. We got a lot of quail out of this these fence rows and tree lines along these creeks. We got a decent sized creek in there, so we might try to work in there, see if we can pick a couple of quail out of there. Birds might be still kind of young, but we'll see what we can find. All right, Pep, we ready to go? Let's bring her back here. Here, Pep, here. Here she comes. All right, good girl. Are we ready? All right, let's hunt them up. Let's hunt them up. We've got a really nice grassy field over here. Looks pretty good. Might as well try here. Oh. Okay, hold on a second. What do we got here? We just got into this field. Look at her, we're head straight up in the air. I think we got a point already. What do we got, Pep? I think we may have a point already. We'll see. What is it, Pep? What do you got? What do we got? Got something in there? See nothing. What is it? She's locked in that area right there. Boy. She is locked in this area here. Let's go see what it is, Pep. You see anything? Nothing yet. What do you got, Pep? Something in here? Well, if it is, it's holding tight, whatever it is. What do you got, Pep? What do you got? Come on, what's in here? Well, she is just too focused. Okay, she was right. Look at that. She was right. I didn't think there was anything there, but she sure got it. Bring it back here. Come on, fetch. Good girl. Good girl, Pep. Come on over here. Bring it over here, Pep. I'm going to make her bring it right here. Good girl. Bring it here. Get the bird. Good girl, Peppy. Okay, get the bird. Good girl. Get that bird. Good girl. All right, well, we'll give her a bye on this one. Look at that, Pep. What'd you get? Come here. Come here, Pep. Good girl. Pepper, here. Good girl. Look at there. Come here, Pep. Good girl. Yeah, good job, Pep. All right, we got one down. Good girl. Okay, okay, what do we got? What do we got? Okay. I think we got something here. I think we got something here. What do we got, Pep? She's holding tight. Yeah, something. This looks good. This looks good. What do we got, Peppy? What do we got? Not a lot of wind. It's been hard to get these birds out of here. And, oh, there we go. All right, good girl, Pep, good girl. All right, fetch. Get the bird, fetch. Good girl. All right, good girl, Peppy. Here Pep comes with the bird. We had one flew up in the tree there. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. Good girl. What are you doing with that bird, Pep? Good girl. Where are you going with that bird? Good girl. Okay, good. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. All right, bring it here. Good girl. That's a good girl, Pep. Good girl. All right. Good job, Peppy. You found that bird, huh? Good girl. Yeah, I didn't do good on that shot, did I, Pep? No, I sure didn't. All right, what do we got? I knew she was getting real birdie in that area right there, and she never quite locked up on point. I'm not sure what that thing was doing, but she knew where it was. Good girl, good girl. All right, here she comes, good girl. Look at Peppy's got her bird. Good girl, Pep. Good girl, Pep. You get the bird, huh? Way to go, girl. Good girl. Where are you going with it? I'll let her carry it a little bit. Good girl, Pep. Let her carry it. Let her do her victory lap. Want her to get used to the feeling of the birds. You know, she's only a year old now. You know, last year she did really well on her retrieves. But I want her to not be afraid to pick that thing up that's different than her retrieving toys at home. What is it, Pep? Is that your bird? Good girl. Good girl. You got your bird. Go ahead and pick it up. Go ahead and pick. There you go. Carry it around. Yeah. Yeah, I know she's not going to destroy the bird. She's just going to carry it. Good girl. Bring it back here now. Good girl, Pep. Bring it here. Yeah, see, sometimes she drops it. She doesn't know how to quite get a good grip on it, but now she's doing good. Good girl. Bring it here. Yeah. There you go, Pep. There you go. Look at that. You did good, Pep. Look at that. That's a pretty bird, huh? Good girl. That thing must have been just kind of bumping around in there. And that's a good tip. You know, she was getting real birdie. I thought she was getting birdie, but she just didn't quite lock up on it. What I've found out a lot of times is these birds, when they start walking around and moving around, the dog can't get a bead on it. They kind of do that. And that's exactly what happened this time. And it just, it worked out great for us. So nice job to Pepper on that one. Good girl. All right, well, everybody, as you can see, we had a really good first hunt. We ended up with 3 birds today, which is really great. Very happy to do that. I think both Pep and I might have been a little bit rusty. Pep on her retrieves, she kind of wanted to bring about halfway back, and towards the end there, I just let her carry it around so she could kind of get used to that, and I think we're going to be okay with that. We got a long 4-month season ahead of us, so I'm sure we'll get through that. As you'll see in the footage, I missed a couple there. Well, I missed one. Which we were actually very lucky to harvest because Pep, it landed up in a tree and Pep went over there and watched it, and I was able to get it out of the tree. A lot of times we see that happen when the birds either get worn out or they get maybe nicked and wounded or something like that. But anyway, we ended up doing pretty well. So as you guys saw, we were hunting a very large field there, and it ended up working out pretty well. Now, we were the only ones there. It took us a while to get through it. I guess we were probably out there an hour and a half to get those 3 birds. Now, what we ended up doing is I stopped. You know, I probably could have gone. I'd like to have gone maybe another hour. Pep's in good enough shape to do it, but it's just getting warm. It's probably getting up into the mid-50s. It's really sunny out, and so you know, just really wanted to not overwork the dog. And you know, she never likes to drink out here. She waits always till we get back, and so I you know, just wanted to just not overwork her and take it sort of easy on this first time out. So now the next thing I wanted to talk about is you know, I actually trained Pepper myself. I trained my last dog myself too, but you know, obviously we don't have a whole lot of footage there because that was you know, 12 years ago or something like that. But so what I thought we'd do is in this segment just talk about some of the tips and tricks and things that I do as just what I call a normal working guy. And I love watching YouTube videos, and I love reading books and DVDs. And if you're like me, you look at this stuff and you look, you know, force fetch retrieving, you know, these fancy tables and hooks and, bird launchers and cap guns and things like that. Really, it's hard for guys that work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, maybe even more, to put those type of things together and to have the time to do it. So I tell you what I do. There's a couple different things, and what I like to talk about today is getting the dog used to Gunfire. And you know, there's a lot of opinions on this. A lot of people say don't do this. A lot of people say you have to do that. But I'm very fortunate and that I run a facility called the Rend Lake Shooting Complex down in Southern Illinois. So it's a very large trap range where we've got sporting clays, trap, skeet, and that sort of thing. But on both my dogs, I was fortunate enough as a competitive trap shooter to be able to go out and use the trap range for some of my gun training. And what I do, when she was just a little pup, when she was about 10, 11 weeks old, I find one of the toys that she's very interested in. Usually it was a water bottle. She just has always loved water bottles. And I would drive out to the trap range when there was some shooting going on, and we wouldn't even get out of the vehicle. I'd park way down towards the end of the trap line where you could just barely hear the popping and the shooting of those guns. And I always had that water bottle with her, so she could play with that and mess around with that. And then after sitting there in the parking lot for, 10, 15, 20 minutes, I would eventually take her out, again, way far away from where the shooting's going on, to where it's a little bit louder, and still let her have that water bottle to where she was absolutely focused on that toy. So what's happening then is she's focusing on the toy, and she hears the shooting maybe in the background, but she doesn't really care too much about it. And she just goes about her business. Now in Pepper's case, eventually what she did is that she just kind of got curious. After about a half an hour of playing with her toy and having all the kids coming up and playing with her and all that kind of stuff, she just slowly started making her way down towards the shooting. And I tell you, after an hour and a half, we were done. And she had no problem with it. And she loves going to the trap range to this day. As you can see, she's not bothered by Gunfire. So that's what I've done on both of my dogs to get them used to Gunfire. I thought it was just a really easy way to do that. And I'm sure a lot of people say, don't bring them out to the trap range. Well, I agree with that. You don't bring them out to the trap range and dump them on the firing line when shooting's going on right away. You got to ease them in slow, and it really shouldn't take too long. So that's what I did with Pep. That's what I did with Hunter, my last dog, and it worked out great. Now, the other thing, just to talk really quickly about what I like to do at the end of the hunt here is I like to check Pepper's feet. Just look through her feet and her webbing, her toes, make sure there's no cockaburs or thorns in there. I like to check her underbelly, and just to make sure there's nothing in there. Sometimes it gets rubbed raw running through that. And then I check inside of her ears. Early season, we got to be careful of ticks and things like that, so I like to check through all that kind of stuff too. And I go through kind of a basic routine every time after we're done, and that is, check through, make sure the dog's not limping, make sure she's okay or he's okay, look for those types of things, make sure they got plenty of water. Like I said, I like to carry a water bottle with me out in the field. Pep, for some reason, has never liked drinking from a water bottle out in the middle of the field. She likes to wait till we get back. So as you can see, she doesn't think she's done. She wants to keep going. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed the episode. As you see, we both were a little bit maybe rusty, but we know what we need to work on, and we hope to see you on the next hunt. Okay, we're going to try and get about at least 20 videos like this posted throughout the year. I'm sure that we'll be able to do that. It's just, again, finding the time. But until next time, we'll see you guys in the field. Take care.